Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Alpha Central.
Hello, we are about to attend a speed dating event in Los Angeles. They signed me up for it. We're gonna go. We're feeling a little, how can you say it? Excited. For the plot. For the plot.
There's actually quite a bit of these types of things going on in LA. I was researching it, and again, I was gonna try to do it before I got my girlfriend and stuff, but they cost too much money. They cost like $40-50 to go. I don't want to pay $40-50 to go. I'll do it for free.
Plot twist, no men showed up because they're trash in LA.
No men?
Damn. Literally, all of these hot girls. So, I'm dating a girl. Bye.
Hi, I'm sorry. I'm a director and producer and just overall bad, you know? Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, please, just keep, all you bad bitches, just date each other. It makes life so much easier if you guys just dated each other.
Update, we just left. It was just everywhere. But we love the.
So they walked in single and left
Called everybody bitches.
the same way. Guess it really was a singles event in every sense.
Not a single man came up to us at singles night that we took the party outside. Okay. So you're lonely and...
Maybe, and just maybe, they all dodged a bullet.
Alrighty, y'all, fit check. Headed to a speed dating event that I am not excited about. This is actually my worst nightmare. But here we are, trying new things in 2025 in the name of IRL dating and deleting the apps. So here we go. Men act like the prize simply because we outnumber them.
You do realize that just makes us more rare than you, so yes.
Outnumber them, truly, in there was 75 women and 10 men. 10. I have so much to tell you. I lasted 17 minutes in there. Worst and only dating event I've ever been to.
Yeah, because she's not willing to compete. This is just most women. They're not willing to compete for those men.
There were only 10 men there? Seems like they are the prize after all.
What is your ideal age range in a guy?
Probably 20 to 22.
And what is your ideal race in a guy?
I guess white. I don't really have a preference.
And what is the minimum height that a guy can be?
I would say 5'9".
5'9"?
Yeah, I'd say 5'9" or higher. I mean, I
okay.
prefer
Fair.
taller, but gotta give them.
Well, it's your preference.
Short kings are shot. They have.
But
They
you
make up for it. They always do.
Have you ever given someone under 5'9" a chance?
No, I have not.
And what's the minimum income that your ideal guy should make?
That's hard. Maybe post graduation after a couple years, 80 grand.
What should he do to make that? Anything?
Gotta love the engineers. Gotta love the STEM boys.
Based off of those answers, the probability that you are going to find true love is
Decent.
2.3%.
Yeah, it's decent. It's not 0.0 something.
That's sad. I mean, it's true out here though at ASU.
Expecting a man to make $80K a year at a young age is
It's
just
crazy.
beyond insane.
Hell, dude, before, in my last corporate job, I made, 674 or 73 was the most I've ever made in a year in just a normal corporate job. And I was 34 at the time, so it takes a long time to get up there.
Telling themselves all the time. They do it in my comments. They've done it in real life.
Ooh, how so?
Will admit that the only reason that they are asking women out on coffee dates are to check the vibe, to see if she's worth a $200 dinner, to see if
Nobody's worth a $200 dinner. I don't think I'm willing to go spend another $200 dinner even after the coffee date. Because we can still go do normal dinner, all you can eat sushi or something for $100 for the two of us. I'm cool with that.
there's chemistry.
A $200 dinner. Seriously, is that what's expected now? I mean, I can see why a lot of guys would want to remain single if that's the prospect and the apparent cost of dating nowadays. Or are some individuals just being silly on purpose and actually expecting someone to spend that amount without actually getting to know them? Of course, coffee dates are there to check and see if there's chemistry, if there's a vibe, because otherwise it would just be a complete waste of everyone's time, not to mention their money.
Just immature.
Well, that's not what I'm seeing that's immature here.
I personally, I'm not going out with men who have that type of mindset where I need to prove a dinner date. Like you can't just invest in a dinner date to get to know me. You can't just put in that upfront investment to get to know women.
No.
Investment, huh? Ah, it's a nice way of almost equating women to property. Again, what a great step forward we're making here. But I would say that the individuals, whether it be a man or a woman, that aren't worth getting to know are the ones that insist that the other person has to spend a lot of money.
If she's expecting $200 to just show up, she's not dating, she's freelancing. Let her stay single with that invoice.
Okay, I'm on my way to one of the strangest singles events I've literally ever heard of. I'm getting in the car and I'm gonna go pick up my friend and then we'll tell you about it. So unfortunately my audio got butchered, but this is my friend Naomi and we're going to a singles event where you make a PowerPoint about your friend and then you present it to a bar full of singles. So we're each presenting each other. Okay, we're off to a horrible start.
0 out of 10.
We were looking for parking and we saw these two really cute guys and they were communicating with us about a parking spot. And they were like, no, these people aren't leaving. And so we pulled up to them, we rolled down our window and we were like,
Are you single?
and one of them said, no, we're not. And the other one said, yes, we are.
And then they essentially kissed.
Yeah, they're married to each other, is the conclusion of that story.
So the only
would
guys
think
around
so,
weren't even
yes.
into women? Now that's a plot twist for the ages.
So we have been waitlisted for speed dating. I guess way more women than men signed up.
What? There's actually a wait list for the women? That's hilarious.
So unless a lot of men sign up before the event, we don't get to go. But I guess I'm glad that they do that because if I showed up and there weren't very many men there, I think I would be very disappointed. Several of you actually told me that you got canceled on because not very many men signed up. And then one person said that they went and there just weren't very many men there. So I would prefer the way that I'm doing it. If there's not going to be very many men there, then I don't want to go. I also can see that it's probably not something that a lot of men think to sign up for.
You figured it out, lady. Figured it out.
I mean, it took me a while to realize that it was a thing. I don't think they do a lot of advertising. So I don't know.
The reason men don't show up is because they're getting tired of this whole dating scene, and they have every right to feel that way.
I signed up for a singles event on Valentine's Day, and here's how it went. I was so nervous, you guys. This was a singles tournament at this paddle club here in New York City. You would play with different partners every game.
ball.
It was fun, but there was
I would destroy you.
more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit. There was food and drinks and a DJ, so the vibe was good, but I wasn't really vibing with anyone. So please keep pushing me to put myself out there. Thanks, guys.
You know, like it or not, the men aren't showing up to these singles events because they know the type of people that are there.
True.
What do men want us to bring to the table?
We want femininity, we want submissiveness, and we want a lack of conflict. As a woman, if you're just chill and you don't quarrel and nag, you don't even have to be good looking. Just don't annoy us. That's it. That's all you gotta be.
What is she doing though?
Huh?
So everything I listed basically is not enough for you, but what are you listing that she's actually doing? Just don't be annoying. So what is she doing then?
That's all we actually care about is not being annoying.
There?
So-
like you're not giving any actual good characteristics of what you're looking for.
Lack of negative things,
of course,
is a thing. So like, you can go into the positive. Like
So you
can
just
be
want a
pleasant.
positive partner?
Yeah, you should be positive. You should be pleasant. But like a lot of men, we don't want to deal with nagging and quarreling. A lot of women, I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women don't bring peace to their man. And a lot of dudes, if you're dealing with a guy of a certain caliber, his life is difficult. He's already contending with the world. He doesn't want to go home where his peace should be and dealing with a quarreling, nagging woman. Just be his peace. That's it. Be his peace. Be feminine. Be submissive. And be attractive enough.
If there's no peace in a relationship, then it's not really a relationship at all.
I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't want children. Where are all the good men at?
Damn right. Shout outs to you, girl. Do your thing.
And she just gave the internet the perfect answer to that question.
So where are those single 30 to 40-year-old men at?
A lot of them are just doing their own thing. They go to work, they
In
go
the studio.
home, enjoy their hobbies. Some might be
Bowling.
online dating. But for the most part, many of them have given up on dating, unfortunately. The risks just outweigh the benefits at this point. They don't feel appreciated for their efforts. They feel like everything they do is bare minimum. They're tired of all the unreasonable expectations.
Plus, no man in his 30s or 40s has time to play games and waste time on dating.
You're not a wife, man.
Because I'm not submissive? Because I won't just listen to or let a man rule me?
Whatever just reared up in you and whatever that means, yes.
Oh.
Because that's what you associate with being a wife. So if you're a black man and most black women talk like you said yeah. So what is a black man to do? Sort through all that?
If anyone loves me and want to be with me,
No. He's looking for a wife. See, that's what you ladies don't understand. So when you see black men who are not with black women, y'all get mad at black men instead of realizing and saying, black women, we got to do better. We lost another one.
Oh no! I mean, I don't think like that. I feel like love is no color on love. You can
Well, but I just said if a black man was looking for a wife, I said, you think you could find one in the black community? You should go to another race. Or you said, I feel like you can go find them.
Race shouldn't be a concern when it comes to love, but you should definitely learn from other people's mistakes.
Yep.
All right, so ladies, let me help y'all out. Y'all throwing single mingle events where y'all want men to show up. Yeah. Y'all throwing whole conferences where y'all selling tickets and y'all having 300 women show up and 3 men show up, or no men at all. So y'all want the men to show up? Let me go ahead and give y'all some advice. You know, like when men throw parties and they know it's gonna be a bunch of hard legs there, what do they usually do? Ladies get in for free because they really want y'all there. But they know if y'all gotta pay, that y'all really not gonna show up.
Yep.
But if they say it's free, y'all gonna file up in that mother.
Yeah.
It should be the same way with these
I
conferences.
agree.
Like,
I don't understand why we don't get in for free. Again, I've looked at these single events in LA and stuff. I had to pay like $70 to $80, $40 for like the cheapest one. I was like, screw that.
I really want these men to show up. That's why y'all there. Y'all there for the men to come. These men might end up buying you drinks while you there. Hell, they might even end up taking care of you. Like, why should they pay to get in when they're gonna spend once they get there anyway?
Yeah.
Like, you literally don't have to make money off of everybody, especially if you're trying to make an event like this successful.
Correct.
Like, y'all literally filing in by the hundreds to get men to talk to you. Then the men gotta pay to get in that mother. Pay for your drinks if they selling them. End up paying for the first date and everything else after that.
Yep. I agree. Maybe if you want more men to come, make their tickets free. Simple as that.
I've always said that, but I'm glad this other gentleman agrees with me. Yeah, they just make these events free for men. I'm sure more men will show up.
You know, instead of going to these weird events, maybe just go to church and you'll probably find someone faster.
There was a study called from the Pew Center Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch go on a date. Men say they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would men rather stay single than be with a woman is the question.
That's what they're saying, pretty much.
Pretty much.
63% of men.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money, which you should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your
right
than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
That's a sad reality.
I disagree.
Why? What do you think?
Is it less of
what
a
do you
headache
think?
to have
Here
to
we
deal
go.
with a woman or something?
There it goes. Like, it's a headache. Now I gotta take you out. I gotta hear what you had to tell.
These women are exactly why the 63% exists.
Every woman should date a woman at least once in their lifetime so they can see how ridiculous they are.
This might just be the solution to all of our problems.
Come speed dating with us. Train to Leeds.
Speed dating
for now, I'll give you internet something out. I'm going to drink things like a weekend.
It looks like a club setting. How are you supposed to chat with people in a club setting like that?
Makeup check. You're here. Let's sign in.
Spotify. Yeah, let me go. I feel like we do need Jen, shout your name.
Waiting.
It's sad these girls are decent looking too, but you can easily see that the decent looking ones, the good looking ones that are in these events are the most miserable because they were the worst ones to deal with from men.
Getting nervous now. Oh, it's time. Let's do this. It's not going well so far. Sat on my own. Story of my life. I'll just have my drink. Cheers.
No, let's give you that. We're going to go something. I'm feeling it, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, thank you, though.
You should have gone to the younger age group.
I know.
Well, I can tell you this much. You're not going to meet anyone just sitting around doing nothing.
Right? They just expect men to just show up. Again, you go to an event to look for men, and you're still not willing to put any work to get a man.
You going to any bars?
Yeah.
You think somebody's going to buy you a drink?
No.
Exactly. You're too ugly.
He's taking honesty to the next level.
What's your ideal age in a man?
22 to 28.
Ideal race?
White.
Minimum height in the guy?
5'10".
5'10"?
That's the minimum. Max is like 6'8". And that has been tested.
6'8"? You're like to the man's shins.
I like being a monkey.
Minimum income?
He better be making big money.
Give me a number.
At least 80.
The probability of you finding your ideal man is a 1.5% chance.
She thinks 5'10" should be the minimum height. Has she ever looked at herself in the mirror?
Men be wanting you to compete for a spot in their life like they a bad or something.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on is a lot of women run with this narrative that they think a lot of men are just easy. They think men are supposed to be easy, and once a man has a standard, it becomes a problem. They don't like when a man has a standard or has morals and has respect for himself. So then they get to shaming and calling you sassy, just like this woman did right here.
They really need to learn how to handle rejection, or they'll just keep making themselves miserable.
Singles dating event, but ended up dancing in the corner all night with the girls and no man approach. Yeah, we're probably not gonna approach that for sure. Bit of foreplay. Oh. Okay.
There's probably a reason for that. Maybe stop waiting and try making the first move for once.
What I noticed lately is that a lot of men rather stay single because they're tired of giving their everything and ending up with nothing.
Yep.
Do you guys agree with that?
Hell yeah.
I fully agree with that. It's a dangerous game.
I'm gonna say it, and you're not gonna like what I have to say. You're not gonna like it, man. You're not gonna like it. Where are the real men at? I'm sick of it.
Hate to break it to you, but they're all avoiding you.
Here we go, boys. When I walked in, it was packed. And what do you think I saw? What do you think I saw?
What'd you see?
I was gonna see
What?
8 women sitting alone. No men in sight. No.
Exactly what they've been asking for a long time, man. You know, a lot of men have given up. I talk to men around the globe, man. The juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore. You know, they're just done. They're done dealing with the situations. They're done dealing with bullshit and drama and stress. You know, and that's why I made this channel, man, number one for men, clearly, obviously, but, you know, also for the women out here watching this content, you will never get a real man unless you bring him respect, appreciation, loyalty. You know, there's a lot of men who have given completely up, man. There's men out here who don't want to play any games. I don't want to play any games, man. If you want to get a good man out here, just respect him. You know what I mean?
I always say it. Respect is the biggest key thing in everything for men and women.
Show him that respect he deserves, and I'm telling you, I mean, I will go tenfold for you.
Respect is one of the most valuable things a person can have, and the ones who carry it are the ones who are truly worthy of building a relationship with.
Correct.
If you're asking yourself, where are all the good men? According to my Instagram poll of 167,000 men, 26% are taken, 22% are single, but they just straight up don't want a relationship,
Sounds
which leaves
right.
approximately 50% of men that are available. Oh wait, but out of that, only 12% of men are actively dating, and 40% of men are looking to date, but they're waiting for a unicorn to come to them. I think that when women are asking where are all the good men, they're talking about that 40%. Well, ladies, the men in the 40% are the men that are working overtime instead of going out and dating. Because honestly, they would rather look at the weather app or check their crypto investments.
Damn right. I love seeing numbers go up.
Then ask another girl off of Hinge how her day was for 5 days in a row. They would rather go fishing with the guys or even fishing by themselves rather than...
Hell, I went golfing with the boys yesterday. We went to the driving range. The first time I went in a long time. It was enjoyable. Get to relax. We drank a little bit, smoked a little bit, and just chill and just hit balls.
Then spend another $200 on a first date that goes nowhere. And when these men are not at work, they're probably at the gym, playing video games, or maybe ignoring people, which is kind of understandable.
She's not wrong. With how messy dating is these days, you can't blame guys for tapping out completely.
Dating me ain't for the weak. I'll have you pissed off in the first 5 minutes of talking to me. And they're proud of this.
I'm not, listen, my thing 2020 seems to me there is an unexpected item in the bagging area there. I'm not, is that supposed to be, I'd rather just not know. I'd rather just not have.
That's one way to stay single.
So I went to a singles event, and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like,
my name is Buster Cheeks out of Demolition State University. I may be able to provide some clarity on this conundrum. I believe there are 3 reasons why men do not attend these events. Number 1, men and women go to these events for completely different reasons. Correct. And they are marketed poorly to men. Number 2, your average man who is not an outlier, who is probably going to be successful at this event, faces rejection on a more consistent basis than probably the 90% of the women in that room.
Correct.
So why show up to a central hub and face it all head on? Number 3, and the one that I think is probably the most likely, is a lot of men, and especially the outliers that you're looking for, are smashing multiple women in the same city. So why show up to a location where you might run into 3, 4, 5 of them that are tired of your bull crap? You know what I'm saying? It's just not viable.
That's funny. He's right about that. Huh?
So I hope that provided some clarity. Once again, I'm Buster Cheeks out of Demolition State University, where we believe in breaking walls by slanging balls. Be safe.
There are plenty of reasons, but the biggest one, men just aren't interested anymore. They're tired of the nonsense, and honestly, who can blame them?
Wrecking walls by swinging balls. I love it. I love it. You know, it's just these single events. Again, when I was single, I was trying to go to these and like maybe secretly film and things like that. But then the money aspect came along, and I'm too much of a Scrooge to spend like $40-50 to go on a singles event. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you later.